Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, and or good night, wherever you may happen to be. Welcome to the Mad Poet Show, and thank you for being here. I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We're making some music. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, having a good time with whatever it is that you are doing, wherever you may be today. Got a few new followers came in since my last show. We got Space Pirate Marketing, Simon Jesus, and M. Kermoy. I'm probably saying that wrong. All followers on Kick.com. Thank you very much for the new follows if you happen to be watching. Ukrainian Bong followed on DLive and also donated $1. Thank you very much for the donation. And Dame Damie also followed on DLive.com. Thank you very much out there everywhere. Greatly appreciated. Having good times here. Good times. Right now we're playing Spider, my 60-second album. The first song was called Dead Eyes Watching You. This next song is dedicated to my grandpa Art, who's never listened to it because he's dead. And this is called Frantic Whispers. Leo Condones. Leo Condones. I'm not sure if I got the pronunciation right, but thank you for the follow on Kick.com. Welcome to the Mad Poet Society, and thanks for being here. It looks like you are enjoying the show. Much appreciated. Always love it when people start going crazy in chat. Nothing but good times here at the Mad Poet Show. Oh, and I just realized that my chat is not showing properly, which means I need to do a refresh. I'm not sure why this occurs, but it seems to, so we'll work with it. Rock and roll. Okie doke. So yes, thank you very much for the compliment. I'm glad you thought that was awesome. I just love playing guitar, and I think this stuff is just a complete blast. So hopefully my enthusiasm shines through in my playing. That is certainly a part of what I hope to have going on. And if you are coming in a little late here, if you're just getting started with us, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We're playing my 62nd album. It's titled Spider. And when we get done with this, we're going to do 2 full albums today. So I get done with this. I've also got loaded up my most recent album, Schizonoid Paraphrenic. So we'll play through both of those and see what kind of journey that takes us on. This next piece is called Wild Rose. Murray Short, 22447. Thank you very much for the follow on Kick.com and welcome to the Mad Poet Society. It's crazy that there were 22,446 other people who had already taken the Murray Short username. Got in just in time on that one. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here, having a good time. Hope you are enjoying the music. Thank you to my new followers and my chatters out there, all my new viewers, and of course, everyone, welcome back if you've been here before. Love doing this. It is so much fun. And you know why it's so much fun? Because it's a freaking guitar, man. That's why. Because you know what's awesome? Guitars are awesome. Glad you're loving it, Leo Condones. Leo, I don't know how to say your username. Leo Condones. I'm going to go with that. Feel free to correct me if necessary. Always happy to take corrections where corrections are needed. What's going on with this next one here? We're going to be in C Phrygian mode for those playing along on their harmonicas and on their violins, if you are so inclined. Saying it right. Got it. Cool. Thank you very much. And this piece, if you're going to play along in C Phrygian, is called Until We Collapse. So that's one of those songs that sometimes when I play it, it feels like it's just really short. Other times I'm like, you know what, I got this. This one's right. This would have been longer. It would have been too much. But this time it felt like it was really short this time. And it's just, I never know which way it's going to go until I'm done playing it. It's like, oh, we're at the end already. Alrighty then. So we're cruising on along here. We're going to pick the pace back up a little bit. This one's called Crimson Kiss. chat thing's working. It is good. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into why I have to refresh that one. I'm not sure. It's like not every show, not every day. I'm not sure what the story is. There's a lot that I don't know, though. There's an awful lot that I don't know. So I'll just continue to not know stuff and keep playing guitar and drinking water and, doing that kind of stuff. All right, what do we got going on here? I remember this one. This is called Where Have You Been? All right. Second greatest song title of all time is what this next song has. The second greatest, the first greatest song title was in the 1950s by Ozzie Nelson. I have not got him beat on this yet. I used to think I had the greatest song title of all time until I learned of this Ozzie Nelson song. I may have to cover that Ozzie Nelson song one of these days because it's freaking awesome. It would be kind of cool to do a heavy metal version of that. I've been setting up a potential cover tune set, and I've got some good songs on there. I was working on I've got Crazy Train, Tornado of Souls by Megadeth is my most requested. People come in, they're like, play Tornado of Souls. And I'm like, I'm not set up that way. So I got those two. I've got a really cool version. I just demoed out the other night. I'll do a better recording of it of Vince Taylor's Brand New Cadillac. Very popular cover of that by The Clash. And I used some of the Clash elements in there. I also put the Peter Gunn theme in. Got some very cool stuff going on. Started working a cover of Barry Manilow's Copacabana, heavy metal cover of that, because that song is brutal. And I think Barry Manilow may have pulled the world's all-time greatest prank. Because when you talk to people about Copacabana by Barry Manilow, they're like, oh yeah, it's this upbeat dance tune, you know, at the Copa. And it is not. It is a brutal, brutal song. And you read the lyrics, you're like, oh dude, this is crazy. Like the first verse seems okay, normal upbeat dance tune, but then you get to the second verse, like, oh, that's not good. You get to the third verse, you're like, whoa. So yeah, it is pretty crazy stuff. And so I'm going to do a heavy metal version of that. I got a few other songs I was working on in there. I was thinking it might be kind of cool to do like a doom metal version of Gloomy Sunday. That could be really cool. The Hungarian Suicide song. But yeah, I might have to throw Ozzie Nelson on there as well. I'll have to see if I can see what I can do with that. It'll be a fun one to play with. It's going to be a while before I do a cover tune set, 'cause I would like to sing on those songs. I did a lot of singing practice last night. It's going pretty well. I'm shaping up to do some more some more test recordings with my vocals and see where we're sitting with that. It's actually why I recorded that demo of Brand New Cadillac. So yeah, fun stuff. Nonetheless, second greatest song title of all time. This is called A Spider, an Octopus, Two Horses, and Other Things with 8 Legs. Zarniver, welcome back. Great to see you again. Thank you very much. Currently my only user with an OG badge. One of my original gangsters. I'm gonna give an OG badge to Darth Rips too. He was one of the first ever viewers that I had, and he's a very cool guy. Darth Rips is someone I'm actually gonna try something here because this is something I wanted to try out on Kick. I'm gonna give a shout out to Darth Rips. See if that works. Now that did not work. I may have spelled his name wrong. I got to work some of that stuff out. Still not good at that. Zarniver, do you stream? I'm not sure if you actually stream, because if Zarniver, if you are a streamer, then I definitely want people to check you out as well. Oh! And Zarniver, interesting. The gifted subs showed up in one of my spots, but not in the other one. They usually show up over here. That's weird. Thank you very much for the new gifted subs, Zarniver. Okay, so I did spell it right, so I got to figure something else out then. Oh, it's because I did an SE, not an SO. See, this is weird now. All of a sudden, one of my chats is not. Okay, let's try this again. SO. Darth Rips. Oh, okay, that's how it works. Interestingly, some of my chats are now not showing up over in the main chat, they're showing up in my multi-chat, but not in my actual chat. That is really weird. Okay. But nonetheless, yes, thank you very much for the new gift subs. You are like a gift sub master. Totally cool. Digging it. And for those of you who are now gift subbed in, welcome to the inner sanctum of the Mad Poet Society. You've got some custom emotes in the emote box if you are so inclined. And I just greatly appreciate it. It's fun stuff. Hope you are all having a great time out there. And thank you very much for being a part of it. Let's keep the music going. This next one is called Unchangeable Destinations. I want to give a refresh on this page here. Because as all my usuals know, I stream out to, okay, yeah, everything's showing up now. Cool. I need to set myself up with some sort of an auto refresh on some of these tabs. Because every once in a while they get a little funky. I'm going to make a little note of that. That could potentially be of benefit. Where is, okay. Okay, that will remind me to think about that. Okay, thanks for the compliment. Glad everything is sounding good on your end. I do appreciate it. Make sure that chat's still working. That's good. Yeah. All right. I've just got myself thrown off now because I was trying to think of what was going on with my chat. And, it's kind of one of those things. I got such a complex setup that when something goes off, it's really easy to kind of be like mentally, okay, where am I at here? Let me get myself back on track. Usually the best way to do that is to play some more music, so let's do that. We're nearing the end of this particular album. I've got, how many songs do I got here? I never remember that. What do we got? We got 2 more songs on this album. Then we're going to switch over to Schizonoid Paraphrenic. So let's keep this going. The second to last song of this album is in B flat minor. It's called The Theory and Practice of Mayhem. Zebra Tears, cool username. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are enjoying the show. I do appreciate you being here. Anyone who may be new to the stream, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Do appreciate you being here. We're just finishing up playing my 60-second album titled Spider. We got one song left on this. Then we're going to switch over and we're going to play my most recent album. It's Schizonoid Paraphrenic, which is a very fun album to rip through. Always enjoyable. Last song on this album, but not the last song of the show, is called Screaming in Your Sleep. changeover here. See if we can make this work. And go through the process, because if I don't go through the having some very finicky internet, and I'm like, we don't have the strongest internet to start with, and I was like, this is just going to be a show full of dropouts, so chose not to as much as I wanted to. But we're making up for it here today by rocking out, doing guitar stuff, mad poet stuff. It's the kind of guy that I am. My vocals still working? Okay, good. Sometimes I forget to check and make sure my vocals are actually working on the changeover. Hey, let's see. Schizonoid Paraphrenic. My Alrighty then. Let's get some Paraffin. This album is very fun. This is after my 65th album, where I spent a bunch of time working on the production. This one just went together so much more easily because I didn't have to worry about the production. Really, all I had to worry about, I recorded Incomprehensible Isolation on this guitar, my green Ibanez, and I recorded this album, my last one, with my black Ibanez. And there is a difference in the tonal quality. So the only thing I had to work on with production here was just getting the guitar to sit correctly. And I'm pretty pleased with the way it came out. I think that Incomprehensible Isolation, my 65th, is probably what I consider to be my best work to date. And particularly with Three Blind Mice on the end of it, that version of Three Blind Mice I think is just freaking awesome. But I really do enjoy this album. This is I might have to throw this in my ears when I go running tonight. I'll probably run when I get done here. It's about a little after 5:30 my time. We'll probably be on for another hour or so, and I'll hit a run. Fortunately, the days are starting to get a little shorter out here, but I can still run. Probably want to be in by 9 o'clock or so. Yeah, for a while there, it's like, be out running until almost 10 o'clock at night, and it's like, yeah, this is good stuff. But we do have to watch ourselves at times. You don't really want to run out. Where I run is kind of out through the desert area. I run out of town and cruise out there. I don't really want to be out there in the dark. Things can happen in the desert. There's badgers and bobcats, and rattlesnakes. And those are all fairly, badgers, bobcats are usually smart enough not to attack humans. They got to be pretty hungry for that. But badgers, man, you don't want to fight one of them. Nonsense, got to run uphill both ways through the snow, waist deep. That sounds like my military days right there. That's been a few. I've been out of the military for, 30 years. Man, I'm getting old. It's craziness. My daughter's 31. Badgers are nasty, mean things. It is so true. And we do have them out here. You don't see them very often. They are pretty reclusive. You just don't want to cross them. That's the thing. And I think I've seen probably 4 or 5 badgers out here. Fortunately, I have not seen any on my runs, but avoiding them is what you want to do. You see them from your car, you're just like, oh, badgers, great, I'm going to keep driving. Because you don't want to fight one. They will beat you up and be totally good with it. Yep, that's it right there. Just avoidance. Avoidance is key for a lot of things in life. And I think more people need to be like, hey, here's something I should just not do. I tried to explain that to my nephew a few times. It didn't really sink in. Good stuff. Let's keep this party happening here. This next piece is called The Curse. Farmer's got story time here. Much like when I was just little, only 3 or 4 years old, we still had ducks, geese, chickens, turkeys, sheep. But the only one I was told never to go near was geese. They are mean. Oh, dude, yeah, you do not want to mess with mama goose. No. Just no. Yeah, geese, and they're tough too. Those birds, a lot of people kind of think of the geese or chickens as not being that tough. You do not want to mess with, just in general, messing with birds, probably not a real solid plan. And I would just urge against that, generally speaking, because again, there's too many things out there that can just punch your face in and not even care about it. I'm just doing a little refresh on all of my chat channels here. So the way I'm set up is I got 10 channels being read on my multi-chat platform. And I'm not convinced that they all always work on that platform. So I have a few here that that are not available in the multi-chat, and then I've got a few up kind of as a backup, and it's just good for me to check them occasionally and make sure I know what's going on, as much as it's possible for me to know what's going on, which is not very much. This next piece kind of moves around on us a bit, goes through multiple key changes, got some tempo changes in here, and just kind of a lot of different changes in feel with this, with different instrumentation. We got some string sections and some synths, and we got some pipe organ kind of come in and out throughout this. It's a very fun little adventure. This is called Object of the Deepest Scorn. think I've probably got enough to do a few more songs, but my battery is dropping a touch low, so I'm going to change them out right now and not make the mistake I've made so many times of letting them go until they run out. See how this set works. Might be good there. All right. Fresh batteries. Love the smell of fresh batteries in the morning. Zarnover says, cool sounding song. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's kind of a little more, one of my more kind of progressive feel songs there. And I like the way that one, the way it moves. You know, a lot of, I've got a variety of different ways that I move through key changes. I feel like that's, like that one really moves well. Like when I'm moving from the B minor to the G sharp minor in that. They're not closely related, but just the way that you can move between those particular keys that far, the two minor keys that far apart, it's just, I don't know, there's something that really works in that for the way that I approach my improvisational solos. Cool stuff. So, you know what else is cool? When I'm barfing blood from my eyes. like the way that song ends with that chord that's just completely out of key. I'm using an A minor chord, and both of the notes of the A minor chord that I'm using are not in the key at all. It's just awesome. We're slowed down here a little bit. This next one is called Are You Sure You're Not a Product of My Imagination? We're moving into the title track of the album here. Schizonoid Paraphrenic. Song is dedicated to my buddy Dick Chartrand. He's an awesome dude. And the title of this, my daughter came up with. She's got a sick, twisted sense of humor, just like dear old dad does. We are kind of two peas in a pod. She is just like me. When I found out we were going to have a baby, I was like, oh, I knew it was a girl. I was just like, God, let her take after her mom. Don't make her be like me. And she is just like me. She's a picky eater like me. She's got the same sick, twisted sense of humor as I do. We think the same way. We're just so much alike. Same taste in books, same taste in movies. Yeah. She's actually a pickier eater than I am, which is hard to believe if you know how picky I am. I'm terrible. Nonetheless, let's get some energy going here. This piece is called Schizonoid Paraphrenic. crazy. Someone says, you lost your sense of smell. Interesting. You used to get tons of nosebleeds. They had to cauterize your nose by burning the blood vessels inside it, so your sense of smell is like 10%. I could smell nothing but really strong enough to bug me. Okay. Like eating with a permanent cold. That is crazy. Yeah, so texture and spiciness, yeah, that would be your kind of guiding factor. Whoa. I used to get nosebleeds when I was a kid, but nothing like that. It was, just kind of periodic, waking up in the middle of the night, and my parents would have to stuff a bunch of stuff in there until the bleeding stopped, and get the clots out and everything. But getting your blood vessels cauterized in your nose, that's wild. That's pretty deep there. That's, whew. Sorry to hear that. All right, let's keep this thing going. This next one is in C sharp minor for those following along. This is called When You Can't Sleep. What do we got coming up here? We got Lost at Sea is next? Yes, it is. Longest song on the album, if I recall correctly. About the same length as the title track, I believe. I don't know what that was all about. It was fun. All right. Let's kick this back up. This next one's called Lost at Sea. Helen CH, welcome to the Mad Poet Society. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the compliments. Helen says, I want to ask you some questions related to your streaming channel. Can you drop your Discord or Instagram link or username? Let's have it. Absolutely. There is a link to my Discord in, there's like some icons down below, but let me grab that and throw it into the chat just so that we've got it there. Just a moment to pull this up. And let's see here, Discord, let's copy that link. There we go, and we'll pop that right on into chat. And so yeah, feel free to hit me up on Discord at any time. You are certainly welcome to. And again, thank you for stopping in. I hope you are enjoying the show. I'm having a good time. I always do here. I don't have an Instagram, so Discord would be the... Oh wait, no, that Discord link is not actually... Oh, that is correct. Okay. I wasn't seeing it, because I'm looking at like 15 different places for chat, so I gotta make sure my brain is working correctly, and it's usually not. I mean, who needs brains, right? Whatever. Nonetheless, thank you very much for the follow, and thank you to all my new followers out there, all my new viewers and chatters, my new subscribers, courtesy Zarniver. I appreciate everyone being here, being part of the Mad Poet thing. Cool, Helen CH, thank you so much for joining the server over on the Discord. I'm not super active on Discord, but I will definitely check that this evening and chat with you, and that'll be great. We're going to slow her down a little bit here. For those who are coming in new, we are playing my 66th album. That's my most recent one. It's called Schizonoid Paraphrenic. We're slowing this down a little bit. This next song is called When the Light Begins to Fade. Our Fan Metal fan is in. Welcome back. Great to see you again. Thank you very much for being here. And Helen CH, what is my Discord name? It's just the Mad Poet. And it should be pretty easy to find in there. I've got a few posts where you should be able to see my username on there. So, yeah, feel free to send me your DM and we'll chat. We'll see what's going on. We'll talk about stuff. Talk about things. All right, well, gang, we got 2 songs left this very fine evening here. And these are 2. They did away with the, in Discord, I think you're talking about the numbers in Discord. They changed the whole naming convention thing in there. And I'm not sure exactly what it was, but the numbers seem to be gone. And so if they want to message me on the Discord, they should be able to just right-click on my name and send me a message straight from there. That should work. If not, feel free. If it's something private, maybe put up a quick little message so I can DM you or something. But we'll work something out. Well, we got 2 songs left of the evening here. I've had a great time. Got some new followers, got some new subscribers, got lots of new viewers and chatters, and it's been having a generally good time. Just want to check my chickadee chats here again real quick, make sure I'm seeing everything I'm supposed to be seeing. Looks like I am, for the most part, at least. Yeah, oh, nope. Steven, apologies, I missed your message on Facebook. Okay, the Facebook messages, it shows me as being connected to Facebook, but the Facebook messages are not coming up on the multi-chat. Steven says, that was as delicious as cucumber sandwiches during a witch burning. Nice. Steven is like just this crazy witty dude. And he's super cool. Great musician too. They got some fun stuff. He's written a lot of very cool songs. So okay, I'm gonna have to. Where can I put this? I'm gonna pop this over here for the remainder. On the off chance that something else comes up on that. Still working that crazy chat stuff. I'm still figuring out so much of this stuff. Okay. That might just have to be, you know what, I think that might actually just be the next. I'm going to end up saving the things like that. That'll make it, okay. Okay. ANAS7Z, can you play Counting Stars by One Republic? So, ANAS, I am not set up to do cover tunes. I appreciate you asking, but actually what I do here is I play all originals. I should say almost all originals. I do have one cover tune on my 65th album. The album is called Incomprehensible Isolation, and I did a heavy metal cover of Three Blind Mice. It's really fun. But the way I'm set up here, I don't know how long you've been in, but you notice the lights going and stuff. So that's all programmed in advance to be choreographed to the music. And so it's not something where I know a lot of streamers take requests and it's like, hey, tell me what you want, or they'll learn it on the spot or whatever. And I really like that. And I know some streamers who do that. I really get into what they're doing. Unfortunately, that's not the way I'm set up, so I would not be able to accommodate any requests like that. But I am setting up a cover tune set. Not sure where that's going to go. It'll be a while before it's ready. I'm putting some rather challenging stuff on there, like Tornado of Souls by Megadeth. That's it. I'm going to have to spend some time on the guitar solo for that one. It's some cool stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, I will not be able to accommodate that, but I do appreciate you being here. And drummer Corey also, thank you for being here. It says cool room. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's really come a long way since when I first started. I just had 4 lights back on the floor. And, you know, over the last couple of years of streaming, I've just built everything up to where I've got this whole crazy light show and stuff. And it's a blast. I really like it. And yeah, also, of course, I appreciate you being here. And for those who are new here, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. I appreciate you being a part of it. Right now we're playing my 66th album. It's titled Schizoid Paraphrenic. We got 2 songs left in the show. This next one is in B minor. It's called I Thought I Was Someone Else. Tough Fan Metal fan says, I'm not calling you old or anything, but have you ever been to a Kiss show in the 80s or 70s? They're my favorite band, so I wanted to know. I did see Kiss in 1987. Yes. And I am old, so that is totally okay. I have my daughter's 31, dude, so yeah, I mean, I'm old. So yeah, 1987, I saw them with Anthrax let in for them, and it was a great show, dude. It was solid. Both bands performed really well. I'm a big fan of both Anthrax and Kiss, and yeah, it was good stuff. Oh, what album was it? Gosh, that probably would have been in the era where they had the really popular song "Lick It Up." It was probably around that time. Man, it was so long ago because I am extremely old. And yeah, so I don't recall. I do remember really enjoying the concert. Like I said, both bands. I went to a lot of concerts as a teen. That was out in Seattle, where I saw that. I grew it up. I grew up in Western Washington and saw a lot of bands out at the. Was this now I believe called the Key Arena? It was called the Coliseum at the time. It was a really good place for concerts. My very first concert I saw out there, which was Styx on the Paradise Theater tour, and that was a brilliant introduction to, like for a first concert going experience. It was fantastic. They did so well. So yeah, and I saw Dio live. Oh God, who has so many bands? Malmsteen, Maiden, Guns N' Roses. Oh gosh, so many others. Van Halen, Metallica, Dokken. I'm just trying to like run my brain back to the concerts that I saw back there. Your first concert was Maiden. Oh, that is a good band for a first concert. I've seen Maiden a few times. Always very pleased with their performances. Yeah, if you get a chance to go to one, you absolutely should. And drummer Corey, have you vocals or all instrumentals? So I have 66 albums I've released. Those are instrumental albums. I do have an EP called The Death Sonnets, and it's kind of demo quality. I do some growling on that, and I do have some guest singers on that as well. I got a couple of female singers, Gitana and Deirdre, and my friend Bryden did some male vocals. So I kind of did backup vocals on that. I've talked about this a few times in my streams, but I'm happy to continue to talk about it because I'm really kind of excited about it. I have been working extensively on my vocals, and ultimately, kind of what happened with this is I would like to be doing vocals on this stuff. And I had just a couple days ago, someone asked on stream to give my opinion on the use of programmed drums. And I kind of went off on a bit of a rant, which is my standard rant, that the reason that so many people use drum programs, and these are programmed drums that I'm using, is because drummers don't practice, and they don't show up, and they don't do a good job, and so we replace them with a robot because we can. And same is true of bass players and keyboard players and guitar players and singers. So I had tried to put together kind of a more standard lineup for basically a power metal band. And everything just kept falling apart. So when I realized that if I don't do vocals, I can do everything else on my own, I started just putting out a whole bunch of albums. And like I said, I've been working on my vocals, and my preference would be to have vocals on this stuff. So I hope to get to a point where I'm comfortable recording my vocals and putting them on these albums. And so my basic kind of plan of attack on that is I've got two lighter albums that I'm currently composing. One is called The Thief of Time, and the other is called Tokyo Sunrise. Tokyo is actually a reference to Tokyo, Washington, Tokyo. And there's a bit of a story behind that I'll get into another time. But those latter albums I think will be a little more conducive to kind of getting me into the singing thing. And I have been working on a cover tune set, which I will be singing on. And for example, on that, one of the songs I'm planning on doing is Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. Randy Rhoads infamously wrote the killer guitar. Brilliant riff. It's really challenging to sing and play that simultaneously. That's going to take a lot of practice. I'm also working on Tornado of Souls by Megadeth. Also difficult to sing and play simultaneously. So it'll be a little while, but I really do want to get some vocals on this stuff. I think it would be a really good next step. And I have always really struggled with my singing to be in key, and I'm getting pretty close. I've been setting up some demo stuff for me to do some new test recordings, and I've been over the last few years I've been doing some test recordings and getting better. I did a test recording on my cover of Wicked Game a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, hey, this is some of my best work. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So yeah, I love Ozzy, particularly the Randy Rhoads era. I mean, one thing Ozzy's always been great at is picking out awesome guitar players. I mean, Jakey Lee, Zakk Wylde, Gus G, everyone that he's picked out has just been fantastic. And there's so many great things with Ozzy's music. So yeah, big fan there. Zarniver says, next time Unleash the Archers is around your neck of the wood, you should check them out. They blew me away when I seen them. Yeah, so you mentioned them the other day, and I just kind of been checking out their work. They're really cool, and I want to check them out more. I know so I'm near Spokane, Washington, and they're just up in BC. They're actually not far from me. So I don't know what their kind of touring thing is like, but I wouldn't mind checking them out. They seem pretty awesome. I do like female fronted bands, generally speaking. Female vocals in heavy metal, I think, is really awesome. There are two other albums that I am working on. The Death Sonnets, which I told you about, the Death Sonnets EP. I want to make that into a full album, which is almost entirely composed. And then The Villain. Those would be kind of the main two power metal bands that I would, power metal albums that those would be like my bucket list albums. But those also, even if I'm singing, those are written to have both male and female vocalists on. So I'd have to find some females that can handle the vocals on that. And so we'll see where that stuff goes. And those are cool. The Death Sonnets is all the actual last three songs are Death Sonnet 1, Death Sonnet 2, and Death Sonnet 3. And those are recorded and put out in demo form on the Death Sonnets EP. You can get that all on my website, themadpoet.net. All of this actually, I don't know if the Death Sonnets EP is on there, but there's a link to my Bandcamp. I know it's on there. You can listen to that stuff. And then there's a demo of another song called Brains Are Squishy on there that's an instrumental. And then The Villain, that one is a concept album that's the story of Jack the Ripper's great-granddaughter continuing his legacy, and it's freaking brutal. Yeah, so good stuff. Zarniver says, for the first 30 minutes of the Unleash the Archers concert, his bottom jaw was on the floor, just whoa. When Britney sings so loud and so powerful. Yeah, that's awesome. Have you ever played a song by Slipknot? I have taught a few Slipknot songs to students over the years. I've had a few Slipknot fans come through my teaching studio, which these days is entirely online. But I don't think I've ever actually learned one all the way through myself. Slipknot's got some cool stuff. I wouldn't call myself a huge Slipknot fan, but they're cool. I like them. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually learned an entire song myself, though I have helped several students learn some of their songs. So kind of an interesting, never really thought of it like that before. Yeah. Hey, these are great questions. Thanks. Oh, I should put that up on the screen there. Still getting used to so much of what I'm doing. I've been doing this stuff for 3.5 years now, streaming. But yeah, I've always changing stuff and adding lights and trying new crap with chats and for some of my people will definitely know this, but I'm streaming out to 15 different websites simultaneously. Twitch and Kick. Kick is really my main one these days. DLive, LiveSpace, YouTube, a couple different Facebook pages, Nono, Picardo, Trovo, DLive, Rumble, Nono.com, Nevo.tv. I probably missed some in there, but I'm just streaming out everywhere I can get to is where I stream to. Yeah, I like my setup, Zarniver. It's been very interesting building all of this up and learning how to program the lights and all of that craziness. But it's been so worth it because these are just so fun to do. And even if I'm kind of a small community right now, I'm not a real big streamer. Certainly, I would love to have you guys and gals, all come back and continue to be a part of my community. But I know that I kind of have a niche that I'm streaming to. My audience is not likely to be a huge one, but I don't mind that either. I like having a little community. But definitely tell your friends about it if you do like what I do. Duality. I have heard that song. I don't think I've ever taught that one. I'd have to look it up. I haven't listened to Slipknot probably since the last time I taught. Actually, no, the last I was listening to Slipknot for some production stuff when I was working on my 65th album. I spent a couple extra years on that album and just needed to up my production quality for that. And so I had some songs that I had the multi-tracks to from Slipknot and some other bands. So that was listen to them. We got and Ponce Butterfly. Hey, welcome back on DLive. I have not seen you for a while. I think last time you were in, I might have missed some of your messages in chat because my chat system is wonky because I'm streaming to so many places. But I'm getting it to be a little more robust every stream, I feel like. And yeah, so welcome in. And so we're gonna hit this last song here. I've only got one song left, but again, thank you so much, everyone, for my new subscribers, Zarniver, for all the gift subscriptions you gave on Kick, all my new followers and new viewers, all my chatters and my lurkers. Thank you so much out there for being a part of this. Last song of the night, and you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. This is called Destroy It. Destroy it all. Just bueno, killing it. Love the angles. Well, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. I don't recognize your name, so if you are new here, thank you very much for coming in. And of course, thank you to everyone for coming in. I really appreciate it. Had a great time doing this today. Let's see if there's anyone we can raid here. And I tried to raid the other day, but I don't know how to do it. I'm not very good at Kick yet, so let's see if we can raid Sabrina Solo Show. I'm not sure exactly how the rating system works. And hello to you as well, Just Bueno. Okay, /host. All right. Thank you very much. Does this work now? That did not work. Just Bueno says, I'm the first stream that they've watched. That's awesome. Appreciate you coming in. And I'm just trying to send you guys over to another cool show. Love to have you on my show on Twitch. I'll tell you what, Just Bueno, that's okay for the caps, no problem. Go ahead and join my Discord and hit me up on there. I would be happy to be on your show, to talk to you about that. Absolutely. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. We're going to have to look into this more. Okay, let's try this. And this. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working. All right. Yeah, I thought that was the way to do it, but apparently I don't know what's going on. Oh, wait, that's... Try this. Oh. No, I'm lost here, gang. Apologies. Go say hi to Sabrina Solo Show for me. She's awesome. But I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, hey, nonetheless, I'm going to call that a night. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. For the last time, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Should be back tomorrow doing more music. Until then, I will see you